the West Nile region has hosted one of the biggest institutional games, of course, in the history of Uganda. I'm talking about the Health Institutional Games that is taking place in Arua City with the different venues taking place, seeing that this goes. But if you look at the result right now, West Nile region has really made sure that they are leading or taking the lead in because they are the host in position, and as I talk, they have the home advantage because they're in position 1 in the 22nd edition of that is the National Games and Sports, of course, for the health training institutions. Now this is one of the biggest because we're expecting a lot of things happening, because there's nothing or any other game that is going on, because this has brought in a very big turn up from different health schools trying to showcase and trying to prove to the world that this is exactly what we can do and this is what exactly is needed. I've seen the badminton going on right now at yes, I've seen, in fact, wood ball going up at not police, but golf grounds. Yes, there are some schools already playing what is called the wood ball. I remember the last time I had a wood ball here was when the Wood Ball Federation came through to implement and, of course, to introduce also the wood ball right here with one of the biggest that happened, probably coming right from that side. And a lot is happening because different sports discipline also keep trailing from the beautiful games right there. So we're not only going to be giving you that alone, but we shall also be giving you some of those other games that are also happening throughout the days. So in the whole department, I want to say that there's at least different sectors and different things going on. Yesterday, ants or of course, yes, the ants, you did see them have a lot of games, but out of that, in the game of football, they drew. So right now at Barifa, you could be expecting also other games still going on, and we will be waiting to see how that is moving on that side. But outstandingly, I love the turn-up. I love even the people that the community are getting used to watching the games and seeing how exactly these games are probably proved to be right there. So it is one big thing, but all in all, I can refer you to our chief news reporter, Mr. Benson Oraku, who will be giving you that update in the due course of the evening Nilecast at 7 p.m. He will be giving you all the details of what exactly is happening, how the schools are doing, how today has moved on. But I've just loved the way that the turn-up is massive, things are going on well, and a lot of things that is also going through that side, through India. Yes, when we leave that there, I can confirm to you that a lot of things are taking shape. Teams are preparing in for the forthcoming FUFA Big League, forthcoming Uganda Premier League. Out of that, Calvary Football Club also came up with a list of players that they have signed. And out of their signings, I want to give you some of the names that has been forwarded to me that are going to be the new signings. And now, I did tell you about Calvary Football Club that they have told they have acquired back the services of Mr. Akena Geoffrey, the former coach who was also right there. But he was at Gulu also sometime back. I expected maybe, or I thought he would be the coach to take on Arua Hill Sports Club, that has now shifted to Gulu. But as I talk right now, I am told he is back at Calvary Football Club. I'm yet to know whether it is going to be Akena Geoffrey or even the man by the names of that is Simon, of course, Simon, who would be still or Team Simon, yes, who will be the head coach, because I'm yet to wait and see. But I'm told the two coaches are going to be working hand in hand to see that things go rightly for this very season, 2024-2025 season. And now Calvary has gotten the services of Otui Victor. This player has been so outstanding last season. He had a very good display last season. He played for Young Elephants to see that he gets himself there. What exactly will he add in there into the Calvary team? That's one big question. He has experience of the big league already. Last season, he banked goals for the team of, that is the Noya-based Young Elephant. He was their top scorer, I should say. He had all moments. Calvary has given him shirt number 9. And remember, Otui had moments to see that he really needed it, because even Onduparaka Football Club was chasing after this player. But indeed, he has found a move through to that is the team of Calvary Football Club. And that means that he has, of course, moments to think about what exactly you will want to see from this player. But all in all, what is he going to add into the Calvary Football Club team? That is the question everyone is adding. Yes, he's bringing in experience. Yeah, experience is one that he's bringing. He's adding in he's beefing up the striking department, because last season you did see Calvary Football Club almost fighting for relegation. Things were not moving well. A lot of changes coming through to see that it is also well placed. And then you look at the team itself having also names that likely you could see get through to the best, and on how you should, of course, make sure that things run. So that is what they are looking into. The depth of the team is going to be good. First of all, the coach that they are bringing, Kenna, is a good coach. He knows, he is a professional, and he has moved, of course, in the whole country. He is a legend. He has won for, that is Acholi, the trophy. I'm talking about Acholi province. He is one coach who has ever proven himself and taken work here to there in different league. Out of even the country, he has ever moved. So I think he's bringing in that experience. Now he will have to model and get the best out of the player he needs, because the player Otui has been one outstanding performer for Noya, and I believe with this coach he is going to be adapting very well. He's going to be getting better. He's going to be getting back to his way and see that things work the way he expected. So very, 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 very good for such a player. And the reunion of him and the coach, I think they speak the same language. It will be very easy to adapt to whatever the communication would be like. That is for Calvary. So we're expecting a good one for them, and also expecting the best for this player, because yes, you'll be having that. You have I'm being told that Lawrence, who is supposed to shirt number 14, has not yet. He was supposed to cross over to Onduparaka. He was supposed to go to other clubs, but he is. I'm being told that saying that he may not be able to come back, but we're yet to wait and see. Maybe Calvary will have to convince him and make sure that he comes back. And of course, in case he comes back, that partnership would be very, very key for such a team of Calvary Football Club, because they have also overstayed in the league. For ever since they joined the big league, they have never gone back, but still keeping themselves into the big league. So this time round, can they do something to make sure that it is now the time to push it away from the big league to the Super League? I'm talking about the Uganda Premier League. That is where the questions are coming up from for Calvary Football Club. I think that is that. Then they also did add a player called Ojok Emmanuel, who is the Young Elephants player who was, and now he's a Calvary player. He plays in the midfield. I'm being told that shirt number 27 is that has been given to him. And Ojok happens to be one big name, but he's a little bit injury prone, I should say. He was not even a starter at, that is the Noya team, so severely. So he adds something into the team, but into that midfield of Calvary Football Club. That means the partnership between him and Andama Sabir would be a very big one. Someone asked me that Sabir had put in that he would not go back to the team, but I'm told he's already back because he signed. He is the captain of the team, and he needs to be exemplary. So they started training, by the way. Calvary started training already last week for the season to see that things go well with them. So in that midfield, you could be having those options and making sure that things work. Apart from that, there is Owinyi Ronald Ogenga, the former Calvary FC player, but of course he went to NEC Football Club and then to UPDF. He went on loan, then before he again comes back to, that is Calvary. He puts back on his shirt number, that is shirt number 20, that he has been putting on, and he's the man who has been getting back. I think that's a good plus addition to the defense line, but now he has ever captained that team. Now he has a challenge with always the knee injury that he has gotten. We did see him not being a starter at, that is Neck Football Club. He fell down pecking orders, which did not allow him to, of course, move forward, and indeed it has affected him. So he is not going to be able to see that he gets himself through right there. This means that this player in that back line will have a very big competition. If you look at last season's people, if they are going to be there, if you look at last season's players who were there, I will tell you that, yes, Calvary is looking onto a very big name to talk about. Of course, there's Rahman Feni, there's now Ogenga, of course, who has also come there. He's a good set-piece taker. He's good aerially. He can score goals. Of course, penalties, free kicks is very good. And he is from also Gulu, and now comes with a lot of experience after playing in the big league, after playing in, that is the FUFA the FUFA organized Super League, the Uganda Premier League, and all in all, he could be adding something into these books right away. When we leave that aside, there is also the man by the names of Mbusa Umar, who was playing for Karo Karunji, and he's a striker still. Calvary looked into the striking department and added this man. He's shirt number 30. He has been very good for the team, but of course, you did see Karo Karunji this last season. Yes, trying to prove here and there, but things not getting to their nerves the way they expected. Now they will be looking forward to see that this moves in the right way. Calvary also went for Opio Sunday, who has been at Jumani Town Council, and he is coming to play. He's, of course, that is coming to play as a midfielder. He's been given shirt number 16, that is Calvary, and he will be looking forward to see how this could be. Remember, last season, there are some players who were frustrated. Talk about Oting Ching Eric, who really felt they needed play time, but they couldn't get it because the coach had his players. So what do? We're going to see them now get there to the best, because the coach or team had his players that he felt were good enough to start in there. And then there's Tatiga Faizo, who, of course, Fauzu, who is also a goalkeeper, of course, who is going to be putting on or donning on shirt number 1, because I'm also meant to know that the goalkeepers are also threatening not to come back. So we're yet to see, because they played the season, that is the Calvary Football Club. So are they going to be there? Tatiga has been Jumani Town Council goalkeeper. Yes, he had his moments at Jumani, and indeed that's one thing that he went to Dramachaku. Now, as I talk, he is with Calvary. So the 6 names I've mentioned are the new signings I have so far known for Calvary Football Club. We're expecting, maybe in case, because the transfer is not yet closed in Uganda, in case it continues, I will also be giving you additional names on who and how, who are the players that have also made it through, right through into the list in the day, of course, until the deadline. So clubs are still looking for where to get things in there. So expect a very big one. When we leave that there, in Yumbe, there's the Yumbe Super Cup going on. It's kicked off, and indeed safety got their ways through winning. So can they prove something to Araka now that they can still prove them wrong? That's the question that we shall be waiting to see, because it's a tough game right there. Whereas for Ottoman, their head-to-head shows that they had a draw with BK City Obarakala Football Club, and indeed that draw meant very big. No, of course, it was a draw of 1-1. That means we are waiting to see who else, I mean, it was a 0-0. So we're waiting to see who is that player, or who is that man, or who is that team to break the deadlock right through in there. So all those are coming through for you to see that it goes on well with the Yumbe Super Cup. Uganda men and women have been invited to, of course, Welem Stratian International Rugby 7 tournament. We have to see how that would be, because as I talk, the Uganda men's team and the national team for the ladies will participate in, that is the 2024 William Strace International Rugby Sevens. Now this comes after a very big one, because the tournament will be kicking off from 6th to 8th, whereas Uganda was invited to, that is the tournament which of course will be played at a place called High School near Storm, and of course north of, that is Pretoria in South Africa, and this is one big moment for Uganda. Now in the ladies team, the names that have been mentioned who will be making sure that it works out includes Grace Nabagala of Chisubi Lady Pasca, then Gertrude Katesa, who plays for Chisubi Lady Pasa, then Tina Kello of Nile Rapids, and then there's Unity Namulala of Nile Rapids. Then there is also Mastula Nambozo of Mbale Eagles. Then there's Esther Tino of course, Mbale Eagles. Lydia Namabiro of course, Black Pearls. And then Rite Naduga of Black Pearls. Grace Auma of Black Pearls, not forgetting Agnes Nakuya of course, Thunderbirds. Then Janat Nadundu, who has also been right there, of Thunderbirds, and Peace Lekuru of Avengers has been named as the squad will be traveling in there. Alan Olango of Rhinos in the men have been called, and then there's Alex Lurinda of Pirates, then Pius Ogena of Cops, Mark Osuna of Cops, Mubarak Wandera of Pirates, and then there's Robina Odra of course, Mongas, Malcolm Okello of Heathens, and then there's Aaron 2K of Buffaloes, then there's Karim Arnaitwe of Cobbs, and William Lukwago of Cobbs, who has also been mentioned, and then Norbert Okenyi of Heathens, and Dennis Etwam of Heathens has also been called. So the invitation to William International is yet another collaboration between the Uganda Rugby Union and the Blue Bulls that has come through in there, aiming at supporting Uganda's preparation for the national team to compete, of course, internationally. And the William Strace is the president of Blue Bulls Rugby Club. So he has called this into the South African team to see that Uganda gets the preparation level high and make sure that this goes in rightly. And the women are weeks away from that, is embarking on their 2024/2025 also international seasons. Their safaris, there's that Safari 7 defense will be, of course, on October, that was on October 11th. Yes, it will be on October 11th to 13th. That will be in Nairobi. And then the 2 weeks later, from October 26th to 27th, you will be seeing them also move to November 2nd to 3rd, and they will be in Tunisia for the Rugby Africa Women's Sevens. So it's going to be a very big one for them. a tight one. So this will be acting as a preparation for these very teams. Although the men are expected to also see that they participate in, that is the Safari Sevens, but still the women have a tight schedule of so much, and their season does not, of course, the men's season has not yet officially commenced, and that will be until the 2024, while World Rugby HSB Sevens that challenger that will be coming through right through to see that things work in there. So whose calendar has not yet been released is one big one for the boys, so we are waiting to see. But the traveling players will miss the fourth round of the 2024 Nile Special Sevens Special Series. Yes, they will miss because which will be taking place in Gulu, by the way, in northern Uganda, but will return home in time to take part in, that is, the Chabazinga Sevens next weekend. So all these players who will go will have to go, but of course the ones who will remain will also have to represent their different clubs that will be, of course, making headlines yet again in the Nile Special Games are still going on. When we leave the Nile Special, the rugby and the rest, there's also the golf that is going, because there's the professional that are gearing up for the 19th, of course, organized Uganda Professional, or the Pro Open, or you can say the Professional Open, that is coming in there. So it's a very big journey that will be taking place in Entebbe. And out of that, I'm told the Pro Amateur tournament is prior to take place on the 19th. It's going to be a very big one, because in fact it's the 19th Pro Amateur that is being organized by Johnny Walker. That always takes place at Entebbe. Now, third is today, where you are seeing that a lot is, of course, making in there, because the Open Center stage started today, or it commenced today, with a very big one at Entebbe. But of course, a total of around 7 teams of sponsors and partners that has been led by different other partners through India are going to be competing. Of course, each of these teams is a spare one and is a deadly one, but this team is spearheaded by the professional golfers who test out their game, and that is preparation for the main championship that will, of course, tee off on Wednesday, 4th of September 2024. Now, bankers have come through. You've seen the breweries companies have come through, but it's going to be a very big one. Now, all eyes will be on the on-form professional man, Ronald Rugumayo, who, of course, has been one big one, who will play for, that is, ABSA team. 8 with, of course, the amateurs as Aaron Excel, Wendy and Angudeo of course, West Nile. She always comes and plays here. And Bana Musanabera, who has also been one big name right there. So, of course, there are a lot of things that we shall be anticipating and expecting from these teams, whereas the 2022 Uganda Pro Open, of course, winner, Robson Chino will also be under, that is a play, under that is Case Medical Services, 5 with, of course, Alexandria Cassandra and Paul Ekudu, not forgetting Paris Vanessa. If you look at all this, that means a lot of things, because there are a lot of sponsors that have come through. So all eyes will be on these people, on how these forms will be. What exactly do you think about this is going to be the question. And leaving that, they are still in the football world. Before we go to, because when I come back, I'll be coming for the international stories, and then we wrap up. After defending, of course, the FUFA Super 8 trophy, the man by the names of Abe Chikomeko has said that this time now is a target that he has set for himself to get to, that is winning the elusive league title. I'm talking about the Uganda Premier League. That is right there. Remember, Bull overcame, that is Viper, 6-5 on penalties, which we discussed yesterday after, of course, a grueling 120 minutes that, of course, saw no goal at Philip Omondi Stadium. But Chikomeko was elated with, of course, the victory and resilience from his boys against, of course, the 6 times League champions. I'm talking about Viper Sports Club, who of course who were right there without their star player Alan Okello. But he says now this time around it's a signal and awareness that he wants to set to the rest of the teams that it is time to win the trophy. Bull, despite of course losing players like Tommy Kara, Ronald Oti, and Alex Chitata, still they have done well recruiting youngsters like Isaac Wagona, Dixon, of course Matata, who of course will be up front, as well as adding Najib Fazil and of course Ramzi Kawoya, who has also joined the team right there. So they're looking forward to see that this is the time to see that they get themselves into this Times Uganda Premier League gong or accolade, so that they are good to go for that is the next seasons that will be coming right there. That's exactly what we are for first round of this very show. But when I come back, I'll be giving you some of the exclusive news coming in from different clubs in Europe, and I'll be also giving you some of how things are going, because things in the local papers in UK have also gotten a lot. One of the biggest is the backing up of Eric Ten Hag by the directors